Hi, Scorpio. It's Denise with Divine Soul Astrology, and today I'm here to talk to you about the horoscopes for the month of May. May is such a beautiful month here, at least in the Western Hemisphere. I don't know how it is around the world, right? But the first of the month is your full moon. It is, and I have a separate video on that. So, Scorpios must be feeling major change or rebirth because we also have Uranus it has moved into Gemini. I have a video on that. That was uploaded yesterday, but that's going to be for 7 years. So, and for you, Gemini, let's see, I talk all about it in the video, but that's in your eighth house of transformation. You see what I mean? And the full moon is also about that too, and rebirth. So, yeah, big change. So check those videos out if you would so like. And so the sun is in your seventh house of partnerships. It's in Taurus right now. Let's have a look at that here. Yes, and so yeah, that's your opposite sign. I should know that. It's right across, right? And that's what the full moon had to do with as well, because the full moon is always opposing the opposite sign. So the sun is in your seventh house of partnerships, business and clients, any type of partnerships as well, romantic or what have you. And this is also your house to create harmony, or how you do that, harmony and balance, and the house of opponents, people who don't, agree with us, or maybe people who don't like us for no reason at all, right? You're like, okay, that's on you, right? If you don't really have a reason that you don't for not liking me, right? There's always people like that in this world. So that's where the sun is. So the sun could be showing you something like that, right? But this is going to be the general theme until the sun enters Gemini on May 20th. So the sun will enter your eighth house of transformation. So much transformation there, right? Um, and so your ruling planet Mars on May 8th makes a conjunction with Chiron in Aries. So Mars, interesting, will be still in Aries. Actually, it enters Taurus today. Taurus, the second, sign from Aries. And so, Chiron has been there for a long time now. And so that will be entering, excuse me. And so Taurus is your seventh house, Chiron and Mars will move into Taurus, into seventh house, but Chiron is in Aries. So Chiron is, let me look at this for a second. So yeah, Chiron is in your sixth house. They're in separate houses, right? Um, yeah, they're in separate houses. And so Mars moves out of Aries, but Chiron's still there. But they're still in a conjunction. They're aligning with one another. So what this is really saying here, Mars is in its own sign. That is also your ruler. So that's why it's important. Mars um, is in the sixth house. And that Mars in your sixth house is about daily obligations, your lifestyle, daily routines, and obstacles, and also your health and your work. Yeah, in that sixth house, just to make sure I'm doing this right here because I don't have it in my notes. But that's helping you to overcome some type of insecurity or something that is related to lack, Scorpio, in your house of work, health, and daily obligations. There's some type of, maybe it's the way you run your life. It just depends. There's something that, kept showing up in your daily life, and you're like, I'm done with that, right? Or affecting your lifestyle or your life in general. Because everybody has, that sixth house is the house of the nitty gritty. It's the stuff that we have to take care of, right? Yeah, it is. Health, work, and daily affairs, right? Responsibilities, even. So on May 10th, the sun is going to conjoin with Mercury. Mercury is the planet of the mind, it's our intelligence. It is associated with our thinking and our communication. So Mercury wants you to understand something about your partnerships. Yeah, because the sun will still be in the seventh house of partnerships. Mercury wants you to understand that, yes, that conjunction. And Mercury has entered Taurus. It's entering Taurus today, right? Your seventh house of relationships. So Mercury wants you to understand something about how you create harmony with others, or how you get along with others, maybe how they get along with you as well, sort of, right? Because it's, the astrology, or life itself has a lot to do with just how we respond to things, right? Things can happen to us in life, and it's not our fault or anything like that, but it's how we respond to it, right? So, yeah, and so the sun's conjunction with Mercury wants you to understand something about your house of your relationships, but also your financial affairs or your financial, material gain, financial stability, because Taurus represents that, all right? And your own well-being, your own stability. So, and this is making a sextile as well. Mercury makes, let's see here, Mercury is making a sextile to Jupiter. Jupiter's in Cancer, and Mercury has just entered Taurus. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't have everything here on my notes, so I'm kind of, but that sextile, because it's a 60-degree aspect about, this is kind of like we could say it's 60 degrees away. Each day is a degree. So it represents that in a kind of general way for sure. But Jupiter is in your house of purpose. Very interesting here. Um, yeah, very interesting there. Yeah, it's in your ninth house of purpose and your ninth house of growth and expansion. Jupiter represents that. So Jupiter has been there, and that's Jupiter's really strong in your ninth house. There could have been a lot of growth for you over the last year. Jupiter will move into Gemini on June or it's May 30th, June 30th. It will move into Gemini, but for now, it's been in your ninth house of uh, not Gemini, excuse me, Jupiter's going to move into Leo from Cancer. Yeah. But, for now, it is this past year, it has really helped you, it has helped you grow a lot. Jupiter in that ninth house in Cancer is your ninth house of growth and evolution. And also showing you what's really meaningful for you, right, in your ninth house. So you've got to see that for a whole year now. Um, and so, yeah. And so now it's making that sextile, but you have to engage in the sextile. It's a social kind of aspect, a social configuration. Yes, it is. And what would in order to have sex, we have to engage, right? That's the sextile. I'm probably the only one who uses it that way and with that analogy, right? But yeah, and so that can turn that once you engage, it can be an opportunity for you, for sure. If you're able to see that, right? We have to always see the potential opportunity to act on it. We sure do. And you guys are good at seeing that because you rule the eighth house in the natural chart. This is about you, right? And you rule that. And the eighth house is about seeing beneath the veil. It's about understanding deep psychological themes. So you guys are really good at that. It's about intuitive ability as well. And so the sun is also creating an opposition. Yeah, it is. And that is also to help you expand and to move into what is very meaningful for you. Jupiter is in Cancer. It can also be related to family, right? Or your emotional security as you relate to others, and perhaps business or clients as well. There's really a lot of growth here for you. There is. It's very cool. The new moon is in Taurus on May 16th, Scorpio, and that's in your opposite sign. So, anything that's happening in our opposite sign is always showing us growth in some way. It's always asking us to merge the higher expression of Taurus in that seventh house for you. It is your seventh house of partners, yeah, and how you create this harmony in your life, and it can be business, as I was just saying, but that's on the 16th. So I'll do a separate video on that new moon for you. And so on the 17th, Mercury, which represents our thinking, enters Gemini. Mercury's really strong in Gemini. It is the natural ruler of Gemini and Virgo as well. So it's going to move into Gemini, and Gemini is let's look at that here. Your sixth house of your eighth house. I beg your pardon here, Scorpio. Yeah, your eighth house of transformation. I'm sorry, I have it here in my notes too. Okay, getting yeah. This is my eighth video, so forgive me a little bit here, but it's moving. Gemini will enter your eighth house of transformation, and that is a very intelligent sign and also an intelligent planet, right? Mercury. So moving into your house of transformation and your house of seeing beneath the veil, it's going to be a lot of revelations for you when Gemini enters that house for you, that eighth house. A lot of profound change, a lot of you understanding things at a very deep level, all right? And this has kind of been the theme with your full moon in your full moon in your sign, which is, was yesterday, all right? Okay, so your intuition will be exceptionally strong as well. I would say it is now as well with your full moon, but once Gemini enters, Mercury enters Gemini, right? It's going to be exceptionally strong during, uh, Gemini season, right? And the Sun will make a conjunction with Uranus in Gemini on May 22nd. And you could have spiritual breakthroughs, ideas that are that can come very kind of boom, like real quick, kind of like an insight, kind of like an awakening, or for sure, right? A breakthrough, a download, right? You could experience that as well. You could also have, very innovative ideas that can help you. The sun represents the sense of yourself, and the sun is life. It also can represent our talents and things like that. So, how you show yourself to the world. The sun is also associated with our personal agency. So when the sun, conjoins with Uranus in Gemini on May 22nd, this can help you also break away from something, okay? Because Uranus wants us to break away. It wants us to innovate and improve and to step into something that's better, but also liberating and independent in some way, right? And so, yeah, and that is what I have for you. And so at the end, though, the last day of the month will be the Sagittarius full moon. And that's going to be showing us something, and that will be in your house of material comfort and material gain, also your house of well-being and stability, your self-worth. Sagittarius will be showing you something there as well, Scorpio. So I'll have a separate video on that. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's helping me get to the next level. If you've enjoyed my content, right? And hit the little bell and you'll be notified of my next upload. If you'd like a reading with me, you can always get one. Check out the description box below. I go really deep into the chart about past trauma from past lives. We all have inherited trauma. Yeah, we all do. It's just that we all kind of react differently depending on our chart. It shows you your talents, and it also gives you the tools to overcome whatever. Yeah, it's highly fascinating, and I approach the chart from that point of view. Yeah, I have a great teacher, I do, that I'm studying with. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. I'll see you in the next video, Scorpio.